I am Mark Lewanski. I am a glass artist. Well, when I was a young lad, I had art courses in kindergarten, and I was fascinated by just learning the spheres and the cubes and the pyramids. I knew them all before the teacher even told what those were. I would study the stuff on my own, and I was all into shading and creating three-dimensional, and I loved art class. And so ever since I was a really young kid, I was into art, and I would draw all the time. And I remember looking at the art books, and you'd see your Picassos and your Dalis and I loved it. I loved it all, and I always dreamt about being an artist. That was all I ever wanted to do. Glass came around about. So I took all the art courses through high school and even into college. I was just taking them. I didn't major in art. I was going to. I went for engineering. So I have a degree in material science and metallurgy, which is the complete opposite of what you see here. It's integral to this work because there's a lot of technical aspects to weaving in particular. And the large pieces I do, there's a lot of mechanical knowledge you have to mount successfully a large piece and to handle it. And so the engineering really opened up a lot of what I can do now. So I kind of came through the back door. I studied engineering, got the degree, worked for a couple of years. And back in 2000, I was so dissatisfied with the corporate world and working for other people's projects, I quit the job and I said, I'm going to do art now. And I traveled Europe for around 7 months and came back, and I just got into glass because my wife's family business they did a glass, like a factory. So weaving, you're right, there's no one really doing exactly what I do. There's a few other people that weave in glass and they get a little different results than this. And I realized no one was doing it. And I was aware that people had tried this and done little things like a pie crust looking woven glass. And I was like, well, that's nice. And I said, this would be something that if you apply a little bit of engineering, a little bit of cleverness, it could be done really on a large scale with more intricate detail and make it more vastly amazing. And so I just set out it took a couple years to hone this technique and to make the right molds and to do everything I needed to do to make the woven glass. And so that's what happened. So I saw an opportunity to do something no one had done. I have traditionally signed the pieces on the back because this is a very complex, all glass, a lot of, fine detail, hard to sign. You can't etch it or anything. So I always signed the back, but I always thought that was lacking. And so what happened was I tried years ago to sign it with the glass stringer, and it's just really hard to do. You can't control the stuff when you heat it and melt it. So I gave it up, and this past October last year, I locked myself in the studio and I said, I'm not coming out until I have a way to sign my pieces on the front with glass. And it took about 2 or 3 hours of just trial and error, and the stuff I tried before that didn't work. And I came out, I tried a few different things, and I had it. So now, I have my signature, and it looks exactly like the script writing signature that I do, and it's just great. I do every major art show in the nation, from Bellevue, Washington, to Coconut Grove in Miami, to La Quinta in California, to Old Town in Chicago, and all the top shows in the nation. And I've never been to an event with more talent and more experienced, seasoned professional artists than I've seen here. And that's worth coming for. Just if you come and not buy a thing, it's worth coming to see all the fine art here, because it's really a gifted group of people.